Oh boy, do we have a lot today. Let's see, is that, oh, look at how laggy that is. Hold on. There we go. That's a lot better. Okay, let me get that up on my other screen here. Okay. Who is up first today? We have no time to mess around here. We've got a lot to fix. Ooh, where did my mouse go? There it is. And who's lucky number one? Looks like we've got one with no power to start. Nice and easy. Ooh, we've got a return label here. I love when people make it easy. Alright, looks like the usual symptoms for a dead diode. Let's crack it open. Hey Mayushi, welcome, welcome. Good to see you back. And that stuff you sent is helping a lot. Thanks again. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my laptop because we've got some debreaking stuff to try out. You stay there. We're gonna stick this over here so it's out of the way. Put that up there. Where is... you know what? We've got a power cable over there. Excellent. Oh, I think I gotta flip this upside down first. Let's get this plugged in. Power this up upside down to get ourselves into DFU mode. All right, we're in DFU mode. Let's flip this back around. And they want us to save. Okay. SSHRD. Boot. Device should now show text on screen. After that, launch a second terminal window. One window is okay, cool. So we'll do iProxy 225522. Oh shit. /iProxy. Okay, waiting for connection on the second terminal window. SSH port 225522. Oh, 2255. Root at localhost. Oh shit, that didn't work. I'll just try one more time. These instructions are coming from a Discord user. that doesn't even own a HomePod. It's the same user that downgraded an Apple TV with OTA files. See what they say. Let's see if this works.
I'm having trouble connecting to
Beautiful. Excellent offset. No issues. Turning on. We're good to go. Yeah, take care and thanks for dropping by, mate. Hey, Erno. I guess on a scale of 1 to 100, I am technically feeling a bit better, but overall, it's just every day the situation is just kind of the same. But I'm not getting worse, I think, so. It is Matt. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I swear I installed a homebrew on this fucking thing already. What the hell? This is so annoying. Oh, I know why. I know why. Why is everything on Linux such a massive, convoluted process? Such a big pain in the ass. Like, you want to do one thing and it's got 10 freaking prerequisites. he was such a pain in the ass on these. See you later, Erno. Thanks for dropping by. Okay, doesn't look like I'm having much luck with this yet, but we're getting there. And I gotta get this stuff fixed up, so we'll mess with that more later. Okay. Next up, we've got Peter here. I think, let's check. Let's just make sure. Let's see. No power. Awesome.
I'm having trouble connect. I'm having trouble.
Okay, that one is fixed. On to Peter. Oh, hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following. Yeah, speaking of which, I'm, like I was saying earlier to someone else, on a scale of 1 to 100, technically I could say I'm feeling better, but I'm walking barely. I'm talking fine, kind of. But, we're still functioning at least, so. Ah, man. Yeah, my back is really wigging out right now. But we've got a chair that gives us some good posture, so. All right. We've got 6 watts draw at the wall there. Nothing lighting up, so it does appear to be the usual dead diode. Let's crack it open and find out. Yep, another 48K there. Literally thousands of these examples of the 48K and the 46K diodes blowing up, and literally no other date code having problems, despite, just as many examples of those ones out there. What was Diodes Incorporated drinking those 2 weeks that they were making these diodes? Who knows? Will they ever admit it? Who knows? What I know is replacing it with a nice brand new one that just so happens to also be technically rated higher and to higher manufacturing standards. This problem will be long gone. Yep, it's not the power coming out of your wall that's blowing this up. It may seem like that, but when the HomePod's turning on or whenever it's running software updates, that's when that diode goes under extra load, and that's when the opportunity for it to pop increases. So, in theory, if you've got one of these bad diodes already in your HomePod waiting to go kaputs, and the power for your house goes out and comes back, you might reasonably correlate the power outage to your HomePod no longer turning back on. I assure you that's not the case. That diode is not dying because you got a power surge. If a power surge killed your HomePod, there are a number of components in the power supply that would blow up, not to mention the fuse, before any of that would touch the amplifier board here. No, and yes indeed, this is purely a quality control issue. And they're sweeping it under the rug. Hey Tim, welcome. Long time no see, man. Hope you're ready for the potential snow that we're gonna get here. Alright, we've got power. Beautiful. Alright, we've got good power. We've got about 1 millivolt of DC offset, which is an absolutely excellent result. So this one's ready to make look like a home pot again. I'll be staying at home taking a nice salt bath to try to feel better. I've got an appointment with my primary coming up on Friday, so we'll see. We'll see how messed up I really am still. Yeah, she hit a month or a year just last month. She's getting pretty big pretty fast. She's standing up on her own. Not quite walking yet. Getting pretty close. Life comes at you fast. Yeah, tell me about it. I don't think you're aware, but go to my YouTube channel, go to my community tab, and you might get what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I think I'm behind right now. Wait till I have to start, going to physical therapy and all that. I don't have the time for any of this. I mean, there's no good time to get in a car crash, right? But really, really awful, freaking awful timing. If I'm lucky, I've got the energy to get through 3 or 4 of them a day. And I had, I kid you not, another 10 show up today alone. That's on top of the 10 or 12 or so that we had that we couldn't finish yesterday from the day before. Thankfully, the majority of people are quite understanding. As far as injuries go, it banged up my right leg pretty good. It's hard to walk on that. I gotta use a cane to get around. The whole left side of my body hurts. The side that she hit me on, of course. It hurts to breathe. I've got a mild concussion. Can't even really carry my kid around. The wife has to do it. And she's disabled pretty much. She's that close. She's got a lot of back problems by herself, so that's putting a lot of extra stress on her, having to pick up where I was helping her. Honestly, I could be hospitalized from it, and I would still feel worse about the car. I had the car for 10 years. That's like a third of my life. I put all that time and money and blood into it, and now I've got a kid and 2 jobs and a wife. I don't have time to do all of that again. So, I mean, if I wasn't absolutely terrified of just driving from point A to point B anymore, I wouldn't even have the motivation to really get another Z and do it all over again. It's too much right now. I'm just right now. The only thing I've got going right now is my wife and kid work with me. Oh, and Mayushi sent me some Epsom lavender salts to take a bath with from Amazon. That was really nice. It's neoproxen, something like that. Never had that before. That was really nice of them to send that. Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm a little worried because I keep, my head got knocked around. It feels like I keep having these weird twitches sometimes. I mean, the other day, I asked my wife what happened to your nails, because she had done her nails really short and painted them. And I was like, what happened to your nails? I thought they were 1.5 inches long and painted blue. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't had blue long nails like that in forever. next we're gonna take care of
I'm having trouble.
Matt's here.
I'm having trouble.
Excellent. Yeah, thankfully my day job is incredibly understanding and accommodating, and for the most part I get to work from home. I only go into the office 2 days a week. Realistically, if I wanted to, I could probably not go into the office at all, but I don't want to push it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, blinking volume buttons. You know what, Matt? Matt, are you here? Are you in the chat? Are you with us in the stream right here now? Oh, hey, yeah, no worries, Matt. I was just about to email you. I think what I want to do with yours, since you've got the blinking volume buttons, we're this close to finding out. I don't know if you caught that earlier when we busted out the laptop. We're this close to potentially finding a software fix for the blinking volume buttons issue. So if we do, that would mean a much cheaper software only fix that we can do for most of these. And the last thing I want to do is replace your logic board and charge you $100 for that, and then turn around and tomorrow or Friday have a software fix where I only charge people $40 to $60 to do it. So if you're not in a huge rush, I'm gonna wait on yours for another day or so to see if we get that software fix figured out or not. Yeah, I've got somebody on the jailbreak subreddit had figured out a way to downgrade Apple TVs with just the OTA, the over-the-air updates. So since the Apple TV and the HomePod first gen are so similar, and they both have the same checkmate vulnerability, so he's been helping me try some things because he doesn't have a HomePod, but the process should be really similar. But if you go to the jailbreak subreddit, you'll find that post from somebody that downgraded an Apple TV. And that's the guy. Yes, indeedly, no power. Okay. It's times like these where I kind of do wish like I had like a full business with like employees, because then I could just task them to knock out all of these routine repairs and we can focus on the one-offs and figuring out this blinking volume buttons issue. Oh man, it's sitting right in front of us, waiting for us to mess with, waiting for us to fix it. I can taste it. Ooh, Tim, what's wrong with yours? Did yours, is yours no power, or did you get a working one? You're just gonna mess with it. Got a working one, nice. Hope you got a good deal on it. Seems like people haven't been really willing to budge on used and broken prices on first gen still. You got a 4.6K or 4.8K? Take your guess, folks. It's a 6K today. Yes, 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 yes. I get it. You can't connect to the internet. Complained about it already. Come on now. Huge
I'm having
downside
trouble connecting to the.
to the new OS 17 is it takes these things forever to complain about the internet now, which to me means it takes longer to test and
I'm having trouble
audibly confirm that it's working. Only a Nixfix problem. Literally nobody else in the world would be complaining about that. Alright, we've got, I think, time for one more here. This one is David. And it's got the same no power issue, it seems, as all the other ones here today so far. So let's get this open and fixed. Another Matt. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing as fine as someone in my situation could be doing, I suppose. I hope you're doing well, though. Oh yeah, you just missed your HomePod getting fixed up too. If you want, you can always rewind a couple minutes back and catch that. And I don't take my live streams down, so you can always come back after the fact and catch up on it too. Another 48K. Oh yeah, yours was exactly the exact same thing as what we're replacing right here on David's HomePod. The usual dead diode and nothing else. Powered right up. So you'll hear from us after our stream tonight, and we get settled in on how to pay and wrap up on your repair too. So. Easy peasy. As much as I love taking your money, if we had it the way I wanted to, Apple would be compensating and replacing everybody for everyone's broken HomePods, and I would be out of business. Frankly, I would love that, but here we are making a market, making a side living off of Apple's mistakes and irresponsibilities. And we're here for it. Looks like David's is good to go. We've got
having trouble connecting to the internet.
You shush, don't interrupt me. We got a great offset. Obviously, it's powering on without a problem, so let's make this look like a HomePod again. Yes, other Matt Castillo. Or, actually, Castillo. There's a little Spanish for you. Anyways, we're pretty close to either figuring out if it can be fixed purely with software or if it's a hardware issue. We should know in the next day or so. And my best advice, if you can wait for it, is to hang tight for another day or two. And if we do get that software fixed, then that'll save you a considerable amount on the repair. But if we can't get it figured out, or we find if we find conclusively that blinking volume buttons is not a software issue but a hardware issue that we can't fix, then that'll be exactly what what I originally gave you for the repair estimate. But I'm hoping for the best, because I've got 50 or so of these bricked logic boards. And as of right now, nobody still knows if this is a software issue or a hardware issue. And we're talking about a different issue for everybody else that's listening, and we're not talking about the no power issue. We're talking purely about the blinking volume buttons issue. As of right now, nobody knows for certain still whether it's a hardware or software issue, and whether it can be fixed with just software or if it needs hardware. So the best solution that we have right now is not really a good one. It's replacing that logic board that runs the software with an entirely different one. Incredibly uneconomical. But if these can be fixed without having to replace them, but just by plugging them into my computer and clicking restore with this fancy little guy here, then well, we won't just have one hell of a solution for a lot of people, but it's got some serious implications too. Like the fact that Apple's been telling and selling its customers out of warranty replacements for something that's purely a software issue that could have been fixed for them the whole time. I hope Apple's shitting their pants right now. Because if that's the case, I'm gonna need to start talking to some people. Oh yeah, Matt. As far as the no power issue, the no power issue and the blinking volume buttons issue are two completely unrelated issues. That said, regardless of how we end up fixing your HomePod in particular, and this goes the same for all of the HomePods that come in for repairs. We check over everything that commonly fails. So we check to see if that diode that causes no power has the suspected date code or not. We check your filtering capacitors for DC offset to make sure you're not going to get death farts anytime soon either. And we do a visual check around the rest of the amplifier, make sure nothing's obviously going bad. And of course we also check the condition of the subwoofer's voice coil too, because sometimes those can go bad without any obvious signs. Lots of Matts in the chat today. Lots of Matts in the chat today. Mr. Screw, I blame the brain damage. Felt like management was just a bunch of bouncers in a nightclub. Dude, that is a horribly accurate description of half of my Apple Store experiences. That is the truth. It just feels, anytime I'm going into an Apple Store and my goal, like, it's not for the sole purpose of buying a brand new product, it feels odd, almost awful. Like you feel like they don't want you there. You feel like they don't want you there. You're wasting their time. Like you're not getting the real customer treatment that somebody walking in and purchasing a $2,500 laptop is getting. Smart speakers aren't supposed to last that long. Yeah, okay, you're the lady on the phone is frankly kind of correct. Smart speakers generally, there's so much going on in them that something is bound to start to go wrong after a matter of a few years, 3 to 4 years. And it's that exact reason why they should be more repairable than this. It's that exact reason why we're here doing this. And that's the reason why we're trying so hard to find a fix for the ones with the blinking volume buttons, because as hard as you can try, you can't make everything perfect. So you might as well account for possible failures instead of assuming that you're going to make enough money off people buying the first gen and not piss off enough of them that they're going to go and buy the second gen when that comes out to replace the first gen. And like, what do you care? More people are being born enough to become customers. What's it matter to you if you piss off a few of them, a few of your existing ones? There's always new customers. And they know. If you need something, and they're the only ones that got it, they're the only ones that got what you need to do, what you need to do. They gotcha. Like, I needed an iPhone to do some of my work. I needed a MacBook to do some of the work. I needed the iPad to do some specific work. I'll put it this way. The first gen HomePod was made for music lovers. The second gen HomePod was made for music subscribers. As far as like the quality of the hardware that they did put into them. Quality control issues aside and the failures aside. The first gen definitely seemed like a much more substantial speaker by itself. The second gen's got some fancier bells and whistles, yeah, but the first gen's where the raw sound performance is at, in my opinion. Alright, we've got one more
I'm having trouble connecting.
that we're going to try to knock out here. This one is from Joey. And you guessed it, it's got no power. Joey included a return shipping label. I love it when people make it easy. Especially right now, I can literally get every 5 minutes that I can find. I can use it. Looks like the exact same issue as 99% of these other no power pods and all the other ones that we've had in today so far. Nothing happening there, about 4 to 6 watts of power draw at the wall, so it does appear to be the same dead diode. But we're going to open it up and find out. Yeah, and I'm thinking about the long-term picture too, because we can't just keep fixing the same original hardware forever and expecting it to continue working perfectly. There's gonna come a point where we're gonna need to replace the guts of these if we want to keep using them as the speakers that they are, at least. Like, yeah, I'm not saying Apple's gonna push a software update that makes them no longer usable. However, as time goes on, software updates for these will discontinue. And they'll continue working, at the very least, exactly how they do today. Case in point, the Airport Expresses. You can still buy one brand new in the box open it, and set it up, and you've got all the native features still working just fine. Just like the day that they discontinued them. As a matter of fact, they actually pushed a software update out to those things a few years after they discontinued them, adding AirPlay 2 support, so... No. Anyways, what I was getting at was long-term picture. I keep looking for an aftermarket amplifier that's small enough to fit inside of the HomePod, but of course still powerful enough to drive all 7 of the tweeter speakers in the subwoofer. My requirements for this are what's causing the hang-up, because it has to have AirPlay 2, and that automatically disqualifies like 99% of the DIY off-the-shelf amplifiers out there. There's this company called Auralic that makes hobbyist AirPlay amplifiers, but they don't have one that specifically supports AirPlay 2 yet that fits inside. They've got one that has AirPlay 2, but it's just barely too big still. So I think we're getting close there too. And what that means is we can completely abandon all reliance on the Apple hardware, the logic board, the software, and we can put in an aftermarket amplifier that gives us, we can keep AirPlay 2, but we also get Bluetooth, auxiliary in, and an app that lets you tweak the equalizing, or the audio settings. So that's the big picture. That's the big dream. That's the long-term goal. And of course, if you really want, you could add temperature and humidity sensors to that and integrate it with HomeKit if you really, really wanted to. That would be trivial at that point. But that would be cool. That would be really cool. We could offer the option for you to either get your HomePod fixed and restored to its original functionality, or you can pay to have us modify it and replace the Apple guts with aftermarket ones that give you all that extra functionality without worrying about what Apple's going to do to it down the road anymore. And then if the amplifier ever dies, you can just take it apart and replace it yourself. Easy peasy.
trouble connecting to the internet. For more info,
All right. Let's get this back together and get out of here. Oh yeah, they didn't make colored HomePods. We made colored HomePods. Alright. Yep, that's all the energy I've got for the rest of the day, folks. Of course, we've got stacks of HomePods that need to get fixed still, so if you want to catch more of our live stream repairs, we've always got more stuff showing up that needs to get fixed, so subscribe and keep an eye out for more of these. Hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair, and I'll catch you in the
I'm
next
having
one.
trouble connecting to the internet.
Bye.
For more info, check the Home app